On entering a park, you enter into a different world. A place to feel close to nature, a place to breathe. No traffic, no pollution, gentle breeze, warm sunshine and space. When you enter West Bank Park, you immediately know that you have found somewhere very special. This is no ordinary park. A York guidebook of 1874 pronounced, "The lover of trees and flowers should on no account leave unvisited Messrs. Backhouse's gardens, about 1 mile from York on the road to Acombe. They cover about 75 acres and are among the largest and most important nursery gardens in this country."
I've been very interested in the Backhouse family for probably 25 years, particularly James Backhouse, who founded the York Nurseries in about 1813. He was a wonderful man, a Quaker, a philanthropist, and he did a great deal for the city of York. His love was botany, and he formed the nursery in about 1813. His religious side took a great hold, and he decided to go off to Australia. During that time, he was also collecting plants, sending them back to York. The scale of the nursery was enormous, and of course it was bringing people from all over the world to look at it, but it was particularly special to local people who would go there on a Sunday afternoon. It was rather like the Queue of the North.
This park has these wonderful woods, and York children don't get a lot of exposure to proper natural woodland, and they get to really adventure and explore. It's a very clean environment, it's full of all kinds of wildlife, and they get to really get their hands dirty.
Within the park grounds, there exists a large house which is owned by York Council. The proposal is to convert this building into a visitor centre to house an educational heritage exhibition space, meeting room and cafe in the style of the very successful reading room at Rowntree's Park.
Until a few years ago we had this lovely cafe and that was very popular. We used to use it as a meeting place for activities indoors when the weather wasn't good. It helped us keep going through the winter. And for the general community, people used to turn up after school for a quick coffee and a chat, or we used to have sometimes community meetings there. So I could really see that that would be very popular.
A visitor centre would be a wonderful thing to do for so many reasons. Not only the history of horticulture and the exquisite types of plants that were grown there, but to engage young people into horticulture and horticultural history, and also to remember the Backhouses, who were more than horticulturists. They were dynamic in so many different aspects.
I'm sure the mill would be absolutely delighted to be part of something like that. We don't have any other buildings other than the mill itself. We do struggle in a way with space, and it would be very, very nice to have a building somewhere else that we could be part of and possibly use as display areas, or maybe as an education area for visiting schools and so on. That would be extremely useful to us. But I think if you can do that, I think the idea behind what you want to do is excellent. There is a nucleus of interesting buildings and sort of things in this area, like West Bank Park, like the mill, like the bunker, and other things as well, that really I think are worth shouting about.
I know people who today have such fond memories of their times in the park, and this is what would be great to reproduce, a time when the park was central to people's enjoyment, their outdoor life, and this all could be done through a visitor centre, which engages young people to know more about the history, and eventually, perhaps realise more about what plants mean in the world today.